Hi everyone, we are live. Finally, we're live. We're running a little bit late tonight, and that is all on me, Gary, Tony, Sam, and Alonso. Yeah, Arsenal Fan Circle. This is a Thursday night forum. Thanks for joining us. Pull up a chair, everyone. You're all welcome here. Cade Mil Fulcha and all that good stuff. Happy St. Patrick's Day to me and to all the Irish people out there. That we're celebrating. Everyone is celebrating, pretty much. So, have I covered everyone, Sam?
Yeah, you're covered.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was late. He had to give up guard of his pot of gold. He didn't have anybody to cover for him.
Oh, God.
They only had one coin in it anyways.
Introductions. Gary and Tony up top. Thanks for joining. Thanks for waiting on me. And Sam and Alonso. Thanks for waiting on me as well.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
So,
we got more energy than Arsenal had.
Confessions. I didn't see much of the game. I didn't see much of the highlights. Probably a good thing, Gary, that I didn't see much of the highlights or the game. Almost seemed like we were sleepwalking through that tie, the second leg. But is it more important that we're in the bag for tomorrow?
I guess so. Yeah, it's important, but only Arsenal can find a way to take a three away goal lead and scare you still.
Make it
go down. The other team goes down 10 men, and they still scare you. I mean, it was that we got. This is Arsenal. We did our Arsenal thing again. Back to bad Arsenal. So, yeah, no, like I said, the result is good because we get to move on, but everything else about the game was pretty bad.
All right, so let's do this. This is a rough format of what we're going to do. We're going to review this game pretty quickly because I think we can put it in the rearview mirror pretty much. We're going to go back and talk a little bit about the North London derby, and we're going to talk about Kieran Tierney being mic'd up. I think we all enjoyed that video, and we're going to look a little bit forward to tomorrow in the hat. We should actually do a mock. We'll do a mock draw for tomorrow as well, and then we'll talk about West Ham. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
And let's move on to something even much more funnier.
Called the host did not watch the game.
Yeah. So listen, I'm going to be perfect host and delegate all of the questions. And so, Tony, from the brief highlights I did see, after 20 minutes, Bern Leno makes a critical save against their striker.
Yep.
Was it offside?
I don't think it was.
This is the guy who wants to speak more, but he answers with a yep.
Hey, you said we were going through this fast.
Oh my God!
You laid the track.
Right. We're off to a great start here, Alonso.
Yeah.
A bit like Arsenal.
You know what?
Are you Arteta in disguise?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's pull it together, guys. Come on. We're 5 professionals.
Who do you want to ask? Ask someone.
Sam, go for it.
Yes, I'll tell you. Right. Today was a shit game. That's what it was. We put out a team that should have been able to beat Olympiakos. Olympiakos are a second-rate championship-level team. We should be able to beat them comfortably with any team we put out there, okay, apart from the under-16s, right? That is the level we should be at. Now, we have this problem with these players. They are inconsistent. The players who played today, they're supposed to be most of the first team, really, but they're not, unfortunately, because the youngsters are better than them, the kids who are on the bench and being rested today. But the guys who started today are supposed to be our go-to players, and they're just so inconsistent. This is our problem. They'll play one good game, and everyone's, oh yeah, that's it, we're back, we turned the corner, that's it. Yeah, look at these guys, we've got a big, fantastic. And then the next game they play, they're just complete shit. You know, and you know, I can't really blame. Of course, some blame has to go to the manager because obviously he's struggling to motivate these players. I mean, no matter what you say, you know, we do. He's struggling to motivate these players, get them motivated. That is down to the manager and the coaching staff to be able to figure out some way of motivating these players to get out and do something when they get on the football pitch. I'm sorry, but you're always going to have that from me that the manager doesn't get away from that responsibility. Of course, the captain and the players themselves have to do something, but the manager has to have a setup to get them going for a game. Anyway, so today they're just lethargic. It was like they had that mentality. Oh, we've already won this. We've got a 3-1 lead. 3 away goals. It was just going through the motions, and it was terrible to watch. Terrible performances, mostly all over the pitch. And it was just really bad. It was just like, oh, come on, let's just get through this, get finished, and let's just move on and just forget it as quickly as we can. But it's not good. I mean, these players should be playing better than that. If they want to start games in the Premier League, this is their chance to show that they should be starting.
Yep.
And the number one example at the moment is Aubameyang. He is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Poor attitude, poor effort. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a fucking canoe. I'll tell you what, that guy, he needs to be benched, and he needs to stop playing first team football. We really do. We need to either bring on Lacazette, who is much, much better than him, did so much more in the North London derby, either use Lacazette and play that way, which is better anyway with the youngsters. They play a lot better together. Or bring in Martinelli. Start using Martinelli. He must be fresh now after all the rest he's got. He looked quite fresh when he came in today. He gave us something different. Leave Aubameyang out. The guy is finished. He is finished. And for me, we need to sell him. Sell him while we can. Get some money for him. That's that.
2 Alonsos.
Yeah, 2 Alonsos. He's playing 2 of the central defensive positions here. Yeah, Sam. Honing in on Aubameyang, you would have thought he's going to get the start tonight, and he's going to come back and prove something to the manager.
I wonder where this guy's head is. He's got a chance to prove something again tonight, right? He's got a chance to prove something, and he does nothing. The guy, I don't know what's happened to this guy. I want him to succeed. We can see 2 seasons ago he was amazing. Last season he was decent. We know what's in the guy inside him if he wants it, but the guy's head is just, I don't know where he is. He's gone. And we need to stop this nostalgia of loving players so much, and we have to he'll be all right in another season or so. Listen, we don't have another season. We have now. This is football. This is a points results business. We can't wait for someone to become what they were 2 seasons ago. We need to cash in on him, sell him now, together with Lacazette, who unfortunately is getting older and slower and is past his best. We sell these guys and we move on. We have younger players coming through. We have Martinelli. We have Balogun we can use. We can buy someone else to come in, a younger, more hungry, more prolific striker who can come in and take the place of the players we sell.
Yeah, Alonso, 5 changes tonight. 1 in the back line, Bellerin comes in. Elneny into midfield, Ceballos into midfield, and Pepe and Aubameyang. Did any of them step forward for you, staking a claim for the weekend?
Not one bit. And it's kind of, maybe Pepe, but even still, that was kind of a lot less of a performance for him because he too had chances to score. And he didn't know nothing about him, right? He didn't bag them in, as some would say. No, but they didn't really have a clear-cut motivation, and it almost cost us a game. Bellerin, he didn't do bad, but he didn't do great either. So, and Ceballos was like a dead, he looked lost again out there, and he that's that didn't score, right? I mean, but Ceballos has lost his mind. He's not interested, and he should just go off to back to Real Madrid because he doesn't have a place for no more. I mean, his confidence is going out the roof, and he has no business being an Arsenal fan anymore. So, I mean, and then Nene, same thing. Like he just ran around with the ball half the time. So it's very frustrating because, like Sam said, this is Olympiakos is not a great team, and so why are we just finding ourselves in this predicament every time?
Exactly. Make it so hard.
Yeah, Gary, Tobias has really taken a number of steps backwards in the last 3 to 4 games. Going back to even the Benfica tie and the mistake in the second leg.
Yep. I mean, it's funny because when the game first started, my first note on him was this: he didn't like he had much ball control, and it was his ball control later on that basically gifted a goal to the other side. But he actually had, in between some of that mess, he did actually have some good attempts. And guess who messed it up, right? I mean,
I seen him rated as an 8 for somebody tonight.
yeah. Wait, say it again.
I seen somebody that had Ceballos rated as an 8.
He actually had, he actually had some good passing, but then he actually had some, he was basically, just think of the last time we played Olympiakos. I mean, he had those two really bad attempts.
I'll address that in a minute.
Oh, so you're stealing from Brownie now. I got it. All right, I see what you do there. But no, I think, like I said, he had an up and down game. No way an 8 for sure. I mean, if you look at the ball that he loses in the middle of the field, there's no reason for that. I don't know. He just fell over his own feet, and then basically by then, the ball's going back the other way so quickly. I mean, then it's on the defense, and they didn't stand up. But yeah, he made a couple passes. One was to Aubameyang, right, who missed like he did all game, and then the other one was to Emil Smith-Rowe for a shot. So he actually did have a couple of pluses on his side, but too many negatives, and negatives that turn into goals the other way are just not good. Not good. I mean, yeah. So Tobias, he's making it easy for us not to want to pay for him, and hopefully not make him part of the package deal, because we want Erdegaard, right? So I have a feeling that we're gonna have to get both of them, because if Real Madrid is watching him, there's no way they're gonna want him. That is just, I mean, why?
We might even get a cut price from the 22 million they were quoting us only last month.
Yeah, but you know what? That just means Erdegaard's price has gone up. So it's the same, 60 mil or whatever they said, right? It's 60 mil, but it's 50 mil for Erdegaard now, right? So
again, is that possible?
What?
To get both Ceballos?
I don't. Arsenal. There's no way they. No way they're. No way they're
we're not getting both.
Ceballos, so
put all of our beans into the Odegaard deal.
Would that be part of the deal?
2-for-1 deal, Ray. Come on.
Yeah.
Stand the man. Thanks for putting Justice League on the back burner to be here. Really appreciate that.
Yes, Sam.
The Snyder cut is almost as long as Ray's outros. So I'm going to come back then to Sam. You wanted to address your fraud?
Yes. Here he is, Mr. Brownie.
Fraud. We got a fraud in the house, people.
Mr. Brownie talking out of his. Mr. Brownie talking
Where is he?
Talking out of his brownie as usual, Mr. Brownie. Tell you what. Mr. Brownie loves to see the future, just like he did with Aouar. He said Aouar he had his sources saying Aouar would definitely sign for Arsenal. He had all his sources at Atletico Madrid. Partey was never coming to Arsenal. Didn't want to come at all. Never, no chance. Basically, the opposite happened as usual with everything he says. Anything Brownie says, I can tell you in general, the opposite happens. That is the rule of thumb. But anyway, when it comes to Aubameyang, yes, you did say that he looked like he was dropping form. But you actually said that just before he was signing his new contract. At that time, he wasn't in poor form. He was, of course, he wasn't as prolific as he was 2 seasons ago, but he wasn't rubbish. But anyway, this season, yes, I'll give you that. He's been rubbish this season. Everyone can see it. It's really bad. We don't know what's going on with him. It seems to be a mental issue with things going off the field as well. We know there was that period he needed to take off as for, I don't know, I think it was family reasons or whatever. There's something going on there, unfortunately, that's in his head. He's not right. And unfortunately, that together with that big contract, it doesn't look good. It looks like another potential Ozil situation, which is not great. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you was right with Orba on predicting he was gonna go into bad form. But when you said that he wasn't in bad form, I just want to let you know. But anyway, that's it is what it is. So you can have your little +1 in the margin there. It's okay.
Norma, thanks for joining us, Norma. Beating Dynamo Zagreb isn't for everybody. We beat them 3-0 in Champions League, and they beat Tottenham 3-0. So, what do we think of Tottenham, Tony? Shit.
Emoji.
What do we think of shit? Tottenham.
Tottenham. Yeah, Jesus Christ! What a shit game they had today. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Well, you could tell how this game was going to go from the onset, right? Emil Smith-Rowe blasts a ball, hits off Socrates, and almost takes him out. That's basically how the game went. For every good thing we might have done, we got smacked in the face with it.
Yeah.
And it happened to him twice by his own man. So, yeah. Somehow we were able to get through that with only a 1-goal loss. I mean, that takes skill.
Sam had a perfect summary.
And the goal that we conceded then, Gary, is just a ball, player driving into the box, takes a shot. And what I call passive defending. And these things will happen against passive defending.
Well, we just always retreat all the way back, and nobody attacks the ball and lets it come all the way in. I mean, I think I could be reaching here, but I think Leno gets interfered with by the runner who comes right through the middle, right? So I'm reaching with that one, but
that's a reach.
I'm looking for a way out. But no, I mean, I don't get. Can Gabriel stop blocking shots that way? Can he just stop? Because he's not helping anybody. All he's doing is
getting. It wasn't his fault though.
It wasn't his fault, but if he just stands still and doesn't move, the thing knocks off his knee and probably doesn't go in. But he turns to it and turns it right into the goal. I mean,
he tried to block it. It worked well against in the last game, didn't it? We had that amazing block. I mean,
well, I think one of those center backs needed to come up and actually get a little closer.
Well, Luis. It was Luis. It was Luis. He was running towards Luis, and Luis just backed off.
But it shouldn't matter, right? One of them needs to come up.
Luis is the closest. So Tim. Yeah. It's him. It's his job. He's the closest. That is defending, school 101.
Yeah.
Brownie said, guys, it's a year ago to the day that Peter Whittingham. So, rest in peace, Peter Whittingham. I know you're all Arsenal fans, but he was the type of loyal player any fan would have wanted at a club. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Odegaard, Sandberg, and Odegaard is the Norwegian trio. Arsenal.
I think you meant Holland.
Holland, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what Norma wanted to put in there. Hey, but I've made you all smiling, guys. That's the main thing. Yeah.
All we have to see is football with Brownie in the chats, and we smile because we know what's coming.
Mr. Bungle, thanks for joining,
Mr. Bungle. Hello.
He hasn't been here in a while.
His all-round game was poor, but his tap-ins and penalties covered for his all-round.
Yeah, you can say that, Brownie, but now he can't even get a tap-in now. That's the thing. He can't do anything now. He's completely useless.
Yeah.
One-on-one with the goalkeeper, and
that was lame. That was a lame lift over the goalkeeper. And
just think about some of the goals we've seen where it's been one-on-one with the goalie from outside the box, and as soon as his foot touches the line, the ball's gone. Goalkeeper has no answer. This one, he decides to walk it in. Why? It's confidence, right? There's no reason why he wasn't taking that shot from as soon as he looked ahead and saw nobody else but the goalkeeper, who comes out and gives him the whole right side of the goal. Take it, right?
Yeah, but
I'm going to dribble it all the way to the left and then try to go back. Nah. You know, it's
Yeah, it kind of shows you that his lost confidence and sucks right now. But we only hope that he'll find the form when we need it the most. And it's kind of really tight, man. But we'll see what happens.
yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like with our wings and our wing backs or fullbacks, whatever you call them, we've got more than enough power on the outsides to do some damage. But I mean, if he's not going to play, then maybe that's when Lacazette does take over because he just wasn't.
Yeah,
He just wasn't right today.
Aubameyang was not right today. We
trying to
wanted him
force a
step
move?
forward, but I think Arteta's not happy with the performance as well. Tony, go ahead, Tony.
Is he trying to force a move?
No, I don't think he's trying to force him. No.
Dortmund, part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, if he wanted to force a move, he would have scored 4 goals and then left, and then left at halftime.
Yeah, it's like who's going to buy someone who couldn't fucking do anything?
Big up
Mr. Bungle. Big up Mr. Bungle in the chat. Nice to see you.
We're only 4 hours behind the UK now, so that makes the gap a little bit easier. Mind the gap in terms of sleeping. Stay up a little bit longer.
Is that why you're 10 minutes late today?
Be with us up on Thursday night, Friday morning.
I saw Jesse Lingard got in the England squad. How the hell did he get in the England squad? Southgate, honestly, I want to slap him. We're
going to preview the West Ham game a little bit later in the show, but I do know that the West Ham fans are feeling quite confident about their chances.
Oh yeah. They're going to piss all over us on Sunday.
You know what? They're going to go a man down just to prove it because they know we can't do anything against 10 men. 2 games in a row now. They play a type
of football we don't know how to play against. We saw that the last time we played them. That type of football David Moyes has them playing. We don't have an answer for that.
We'll see. They didn't get the result they wanted at Old Trafford. I think they play quite defensively. So David Moyes has that defensive button that he can push as well. He does play a little bit like Unai Emery at times, and maybe Arsenal. I'm going to convince myself by Saturday night that we're going to get a result there. So we'll see what happens. Well, let's finish. Let's finish.
All the fairy dust.
I know.
It is. It's St. Patrick's Day. I'm feeling.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win every game. That's what we're gonna do.
Not every game.
A little higher.
Any other comments about? Any other comments about tonight's result, tonight's game, just in general?
Well, the one thing that I do think came out of this game, which it's been proven multiple times already, is that Tierney and Emile Smith-Rowe, that combination is, I think it's solid, or I think it's really good. So I don't. I think
saw the other side, Pepe and HB sauce. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
No, but I think we know what's happening on the left side right now, right?
Yeah.
So Cedric and Saka or Pepe, whoever decides to go on that side, I think we have an answer there.
Gary, I actually thought that Granit Xhaka would be rested. I thought that there would be a much weaker team.
He's
but
fucking Iron Man.
He doesn't even get subbed. He doesn't even get subbed.
Hold on a sec. It seems to be the greatest ability that Xhaka has. Is
because you know what? He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything. If you don't exert yourself, there's no way you're going to get hurt. You can't pull a hamstring if you never run. You see him, he's jogging. Like today, Aubameyang was walking all around the field on defense. What a waste. Xhaka jogging all the way around. He doesn't run. He's not. You can't pull a hamstring if you're jogging around. It's really hard to do. That's why he's definitely available. He doesn't. He's not a football player running, sprinting to. You see what happened if you watch the replay. You'll see Xhaka's running with the guy with the ball. No intention to get anywhere close to the guy. Pulls off. Boom. That's what he does. So, that's your friend and all, but nah, he's not. Nah. Sorry. Should I just keep going? Keep your hand up.
Tony's next.
Gary, prove to me that's not his top speed. I think he is running. I just think that's as fast as he can go.
But that's a terrible. Yeah. Well, no. I've seen him run faster. I know I have. Get off the field. I think at halftime.
Alonso?
Yeah, I mean, I think, that the whole midfield is to me is confusing, right? I mean, especially the whole midfielders. Like, if Arteta wanted to win the game today, he put Party with Donene instead of Xhaka. Because Xhaka, his best partnership is at Party, right? So, but Arteta does this weird thing where he sits Party a lot of times, especially in the second leg. He sits him a lot, basically, when he needs to play. And Xhaka just needs a rest today, I thought, right, And, with Donene and Xhaka, that's not a good combination. So why is he putting Ceballos at the number 10? I don't get his mindset. And Arteta should know this because he was both an attacking midfielder and a holding midfielder. So he should know this combination doesn't work out for him.
Doesn't know what he's
Yeah, I
doing.
actually thought, Alonso, it could be looking at the formation, the team lineup, I thought it could be a 4-3-3. And a big shout out to Rohan. Thanks for joining us, Rohan. I thought it could have been a 4-3-3. Did he play 4-2-3-1 today?
It was more like that, 4-2-3-1. Yeah, more like that. Yeah. But we're a bit hybrid though. We do mix it up a bit.
Okay, now let me ask you something. So was Arteta's intention not to create?
His intention was to put a team out there he thought could maybe score a goal, but I told you straight away with that lineup, it's going to be maple syrup, and that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. It seemed to me, Sam, it was a lineup not to lose too many goals, not to lose a goal, because he had 4 out of the back five played in Northland Derby. Only Hector Bellerin came in, and switch it up and rotate a lot heavily in midfield and in the forward positions. And looking at all the players, they're central and on the right wing that were changed up. To Gary's point there, we've got Tierney and Emile Smith-Rowe who have a good relationship, a good knowledge of each other there.
Yep. So we weaken one side of the field, and that's where we get punished, right?
And
On that side of the field. So good job.
Yeah, and we had a great opportunity to rest Tierney. I know there's only like another game here at West Ham, and then there's a number of days off, probably 10 days off as the internationals come in. But I think we can draw a line under this pretty much, right, Tony?
Pretty much.
We got through to the
Bueno said after the match, though.
We got through to the next round, and Gary, we're going to do a mock draw coming up just now. But which team would you want, Gary, tomorrow?
Ugh. I don't know all the teams.
You want to play Emery? Just say
Man United, Roma, Villarreal, Slavia Prague, Grenada, or Dinamo Zagreb, the conquerors of the mighty Tottenham.
I almost feel like I want it to be a little easier. I don't know if is that Granada? Is that the easier of the?
Granada or Slavia Prague would probably be.
Granada were lucky tonight against Molde. Molde managed to get 2 goals on them against Granada, so they were lucky.
You know what? It doesn't. We're putting all our eggs in that basket, anyways, aren't we? So, if we have to win a game, we're gonna go with our starting lineup. Hopefully, Sak is back for that. How long do we have? 2 weeks until that's happening?
Yeah, approximately 2 weeks. So, which team would you like, Gary, out of the hat?
I think the team that beat the Spuds, I guess.
Okay, Dinamo Zagreb. Tony, which team would you like to go head-to-head with?
Emery's bunch.
Emery's bunch. Sam?
Yeah, either Slavia Prague or Dinamo Zagreb. One of those two are the easiest left, but we'll see who we get.
Alonso, what do you think?
I don't know why you guys want the easiest teams for. I mean, we should be tested, right?
We want to win it the hard way, right? We don't want to do it the easy way.
No, because then people will say, "Well, you got to beat the easiest teams." I mean, well,
I don't care. Getting the Champions League, I don't care.
I want to play Ajax.
We beat FA Cup, beating two good teams, and everybody slagged us for that. So what? Who cares? I don't want no. Sorry.
Go Alonso.
So Ajax, or I would play I'll play Manchester United. Why not, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking about Milan or United. I kind of wanted Milan because I think we just know too much. United and Arsenal know each other too well, and I think it's going to. If we draw United, it's going to be a dour tie. It's going to be because look at our tassels in the league. We beat them 1-0 at their place, and we drew 0-0 at home. Gary, I'm going to go around and ask for player of the match for tonight. On the limited highlights that I've seen, I would go with Bernd Leno simply because he did save a certain goal in the first half.
Oof.
But I didn't see the game.
You know what?
That's difficult. I'd say it's a difficult one today.
Yeah, I mean,
Can we do the worst player of a match?
Oh, Tony's got that job really, Sam. We're just
yeah.
we're
No,
just
I mean,
spitballing.
Can we do the worst player of a match?
Sure.
That one's easy to do. Our captain.
Mm.
who was the captain
fantastic.
today? Oh, I don't
Captain
know who is our
Fantastic.
captain. Do we actually have a captain? Yeah, the player of the game for me is actually I like Martinelli. The 10 minutes basically proved what I've been saying, what we've been saying all along. So he needs to play. He brings energy. I mean, in those 10 minutes, he did more for more than Bamiyang did for the 80 minutes or 90
Did he
minutes.
come in on the left wing, Gary?
All
He
the
was on.
subs
Yep.
did well.
Left wing. Okay. Alonso, let's have your nomination for player of the game.
I mean, it's too easy to say Bernd Leno, right? So I would go Tierney.
Okay. Sam?
I thought the best out of the bunch today was Smith Rowe. I thought I liked his energy. He had some nice passing. And Erdegaard as well was very good. If we had someone who could finish, I think he would have had a couple of assists today as well. But Smith Rowe, since he started the game, I thought he looked quite good. The best, not a great game, but the best out of a bad bunch. Let's put it that way.
When you put our best players around crap, you get crap.
Mm.
No matter how
That's the
good
thing.
they are.
I tell you what, if we had a primo striker, Erdegaard and Smith Rowe would probably have like 10 assists each already in the last few games. I mean, they're creating all these chances, and the guys up front are not putting them away.
Gary, Tony, who are you giving it to? Who's the man of the match?
I kind of think with subs were the best players of a match, but almost have to go with Smith Rowe because he did start, but I'm kind of on the Odegaard train.
Okay. So I think we got a lot of nominations for Emile Smith Rowe, and I think Rohan mentioned it as well in the chats. Let's do a mock draw here. This is going to be kind of fun. So, Gary, pick a team between 1 and 8. Pick a number between 1 and 8.
7.
7 is Dynamo Zagreb.
There you go. So that's the team I picked, right?
Yeah. Tony, pick a number between 1 and 8.
Let me roll the damn dice. Let me get my 8-sided dice out.
You won't get 8.
He said 8-sided dice is what he said. I don't know. I've never seen one of those.
Dynamo Zagreb versus
Tony Wake.
This is an official UEFA draw because
He's getting his dice out. It takes some time.
These are 2 balls.
Fuck, I can't see.
2 balls in the sacks, Alonso.
You got those glasses on. You can't see. Oh, 5.
5. Okay. Dynamo Zagreb versus Slavia Prague. Sam.
Feck it. 1.
Roma.
8-sided dice.
Alonso.
Nice.
6.
Versus Granada.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. I can't pick a number because I can see them here. Gary.
I
I'll
guess
roll
2.
for you.
2 is Arsenal. And Tony is going to. We can blame Tony here. Tony is going to decide. This is streets ahead of the actual draw. So,
What numbers
Much
are
more
left?
exciting, that's for sure.
What numbers are left?
Oh.
Well, roll fucking dice again. I don't care.
Yeah, roll it. I'll tell you if it's good or not.
4.
Villarreal.
Ooh,
There
gonna
you
get
go.
Unai
That's
Emery.
what you wanted. There you go, Tony. You got it.
Alonso, you got it. All right, so that then leaves Man United versus Ajax.
ooh.
So did we get Villarreal?
Yeah, we got Unai.
Ah, we have to beat that vampire bastard,
Count Chocula, right?
Count Chocula.
When everyone sees the real draw, we told you first it was Unai Emery.
Yeah, we did it here first.
I told you 2 weeks ago they were to knock us out. So
You did it here first.
Stan the man. The National Police asked him tonight if I knew your whereabouts. Okay. All right, so Ron would be happy with that. Would you be happy with? I'm not really happy with that draw. I don't want to get for Villarreal.
might as well get them out of the way.
All right, so listen, that's the Europa League. We're in the hat for tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but we're in the quarterfinals, and there's another London team that are not going to be in the quarterfinals. Alonso, Spurs were most Spursy tonight. Alonso.
Oh, Jesus Christ, they're bottle jobs they are.
It was quite funny to see, and I was quite happy that Dynamo Gia won. And it was like typical Spurs, blowing that lead. It's pretty funny, and seeing Jose Mourinho.
And we have an Arsenal lad in the Zagreb team. We have an Arsenal lad on the Zagreb team, Robbie Burton.
Right? Burton.
Yeah.
Norma mentioned Burton as well earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually sad to see him go because he was like a deep line midfielder who I thought played very well pre-season a couple of seasons ago, and unfortunately he got loaned out and then he got sold. So, maybe we could have seen him now because I don't think he's doing too bad for Zagreb from the looks of it. So,
So Spurs were very Spursy. Took a 2-0 lead from a home leg away and lost 3-0. Manchester United got through with what?
That's funny.
I thought it was all me. All me, but it's Spursy,
It's all
right?
Spud. It's all Spud.
All Spud. So I really wanted Man United to go out as well, so we'd be the only British team, the only English team left. And Rangers obviously went out as well. I would think Kieran Tierney would have loved to have probably played against Rangers. That would have been a nice one. Sam, looking through the ties, looking through the teams we could face, and the stories there could be. So Villarreal is a nice story. We kind of go up against Emery. Is there any other things we could cross swords with? Mkhitaryan and Roma? Any other?
Yeah, you got Mkhitaryan at Roma. We've got Robbie Burton at Zagreb. He would have a midfield battle with our, he'd have a midfield battle there with our midfielders. That would be quite interesting. Some of the other teams left, I don't really know. Ajax, who were they? They got anyone they're always a good team, Ajax. They're always, they got the manager I want, Ten Hag. He's a manager I'd like to see at Arsenal. I think he's a great manager. He's got a lot of potential as well. They're a good team. Ajax, good team to play. In terms of those stories you're talking about, there's not really that many, is there? I mean, like you say, there's Mkhitaryan at Roma.
Yeah, Villarreal is the one we want to avoid. Probably.
Villarreal would be the interesting one with Unai Emery because I'm thinking Unai Emery is going to want some kind of revenge, and they're a decent team, Villarreal, aren't they? So. That could be a very interesting one.
As Rohan said, everyone's talking about Oba's miss, but what about Kane? England's shining light.
Yeah, big miss at the end there, didn't he, the last minute?
He's enjoying that immensely. I just
think he's taking some laughing gas tonight. I think Gary's was on the other.
Well, the Arsenal game wasn't funny. I guess it might have been to some, but it wasn't funny to me. But that, switching over to that was actually pretty nice to see.
Yeah, that was
crazy. They came that close.
Gary, put your whippet balloon away.
Yeah, Jose Mourinho now, he's just got one Carabao Cup final to to hopefully he's going to try and navigate that before the whole thing implodes, Sam.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's not going to be an easy game. I mean, Manchester City won that cup as well. The Manchester City's second team is better than Spurs' first team. They're in form as well. Manchester City.
They give a quadruple. Come on, Sam. They're going to win the quadruple.
They want Pep wants
They
that
won the league
quadruple.
already, Tony. They've won the league
He wants
already.
he wants the quadruple. He really does. But Pep wants it, and I'll tell you what, they could do it. They could do it.
Yeah. Okay, let's that's the Europa League stuff, Alonso. Let's get to very interesting. Everybody's probably seen the mic'd up session of Kieran Tierney in the North London Derby, and in a situation where we have Aubameyang,
Making captain now.
Aubameyang's blotting his copybook a little bit as the captain. Tierney is stepping forward in that dressing room, Alonso.
Yeah, and for a guy that age to take control of a team like where we're at right now at the table, I think that his presence, we kind of missed that whenever he was injured, right? So, and he has so many qualities that Aubameyang doesn't have. He takes things seriously when Aubameyang jokes around in the locker room and does the Snapchats and all that stuff. Well, Tierney's over there, yelling at the players saying, "Come on, let's go, let's win this, let's do our best." And I don't know why Arteta decided to keep Emery's captains. And I think the reason why is because whenever Arteta got there, Tierney was out, right? So last year, so he couldn't really name his real captains, and so something's got to change with that. I think that. I think when Arteta got his manager position at Arsenal, he should have named his own captains, and I think he regrets it now, seeing how Tierney, the way he is, he's different, and it's good to see a left back get captaincy, hopefully, and that guy is Tierney. I think he deserves it.
Okay, Gary. Definitely, you can see from that mic'd up video that he's taking the instructions from Arteta right onto the field, and that's what you want in a captain. They've obviously talked about not being caught on the counter-attack in the Northland Derby, and he's constantly saying, "Lads, no counter-attack, lads."
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he's the one. I mean, we know why he's doing it, but so much for like you said, so much for that captain. But yeah, Tierney, listening to that, there were 5-minute video. You're like, yes, that's what that is the communication you want to hear from somebody on the pitch, right? Some leader. He's doing. It was easy. It should have been an easy choice. I feel like he made it. He went with the less effort pick by just taking somebody who's already there instead of looking at the team as a whole and then deciding, who actually is the leader of this team, who actually does have that quality, who actually either has done it in the past, who else is, comes out just to play and practice. I mean, that's what he talks about, right? Tierney is the guy that, epitomizes practice. He comes out playing, he practices the way he plays, right? You don't see it. I don't think there's any depth from practice to game. Whereas I feel like you see that. I'm assuming we'll see that in a lot of the players, right? Yeah.
He practices too hard.
Yeah, he does. I mean, and you want the games to be a lot more fun. I think they are a lot of fun for him because he works his butt off in practice, so that when he gets to the games, he just plays. Everybody else is probably trying to up their game in the games when they, because they don't do anything in practice. I mean, it should be an easy choice. I always say the most difficult choices in life are made difficult. They should be easy, but you make them difficult. Being humans, I mean, Arteta, I think, has done that.
Make the most. Yeah.
I mean, this is an easy choice. I mean, there was no rush to name a captain, especially him being young and trying to figure things out. But yeah, it's coming back to haunt him now, and
But Gary, like you said, but like you said, he went the easy route.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hurts him in this process that he's going through as a manager. Is like he doesn't quite know how to pick that just yet because he didn't want controversy in the locker room when he got there.
But he did it, or he did it anyways, right? I mean,
No,
the
no, no, no,
Ozil
no.
situation wasn't an easy thing to decide on, and he had to back, even if it maybe wasn't even his choice, he had to back that up every time he got in front of the media, right?
Like that's what I mean. Like he didn't want to stir up the pot by
Yeah.
not by
changing things around.
right. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, but then you can't say that and then turn around and say, you know what, he was Pep's number 2 guy. So which one is it? Is he Pep's number 2 guy, or is he somebody new learning his ropes right
No,
now?
I think
Because
you.
we're selective when we decide, that he's doing something out of, I feel like we pick and choose sometimes. He's got to learn his own style.
Right. But then
And
why didn't he pick his five captain? I mean, his captains like he should have. Get what I'm saying? Like he didn't take that risk, or he didn't want to take that risk by causing the already named captains that Emery picked, and them just leave him hanging like
Yeah.
taking his own. That
Didn't want
makes
to step on any toes.
yeah.
Emery had 5 captains. Lots
I
of
mean,
toes to
look at
step on.
this. Look at it this way: the captaincy role is important, but at the same time, is not important.
Yeah,
In
we
this
haven't
day
had
and
a
age,
proper one for 15
it's become
years.
less and less important in modern day football.
Because we haven't had a proper one in 15 years. If we had a proper one, you'd be saying something different.
We haven't had one since Villar left.
yeah.
That was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But we need to have somebody who can stand up and lead the team on the field, and we do have that now, right? I
Yeah.
felt like we had that all along. Everybody kept saying he's too young, he's too young, he's too young.
Nope.
But it doesn't really matter. Leaders they usually kind of shine. They stand
Show
out regardless
themselves
of
on the
what you
field.
do.
They show
Yeah.
themselves on the field, Gary. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The first time I saw him play for like whatever 5-10 minutes, I was like, I like him. He didn't even do anything. He just he made the left back position look so much better, and he only had played for like 5 or 10 minutes, I think. He came in late in the game, and I was like, I like that. Sometimes you just see it and you see Martinelli come out there and do his thing. You're like, yes, that's what we're looking for,
And
right?
Gabriel.
You see these players.
Sorry.
Look, Tony, the other thing you can see from the video, and we're gonna spend a lot of time on this one, so we'll be able to get back around to you, Gary. Tony, the interesting thing I saw in this is the relationships on the field that Tierney especially has, but every player on the team has those relationships. He's close to Gabriel, being the left central defender, and he's also helping Emile Smith-Rowe and keeping him in the right position, keeping to the game plan, the strategical and tactical game plan that Arteta is trying to implement, with Emile asking him to come inside. So there's set plays in every position that they're on the field with.
Yeah, the main thing I got from the video was his interaction with Gabriel. I think they got a great partnership. Like you said, he was back there seeing what was happening, telling Smith Rowe what to do and what to expect and what to see. It's what you want from a captain. You want him to be vocal. I think Aubameyang needs to be dropped already as captain. Hand it to Tierney. People say it's a hurt Uba's form. It can get worse. How can it be any worse than he is now? He's been absolute shit all season.
And Aubameyang was supposed to boomerang back today. He was supposed to rebound.
He forgot to say Uber. Say Paul Uber, as I call him.
Yeah.
Couldn't resist. But anything else you saw from that video of Kieran Tierney, Tony?
Just seeing the captain I want to see. I just like how vocal he was. And like again, the partnership
Sam,
Gabriel, I think's great.
So Sam, there's two types of captains. Obviously, we've seen in Arsenal alone. We had Patrick Vieira. Wasn't the greatest verbal captain, but he was able to put in performances 9.5, 9.5 every week with Vieira. And then obviously you had the vocal captains. Tierney's going to be a combination of both, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vieira was probably quite vocal as well. To be honest, I do think so. He definitely led by example as well. But yeah, I mean, Kieran Tierney, I think he's a mixture of both as well. He leads by example. You know, that sheer effort. He gives 110% all the time. Never gives up. You know, never shies from a tackle. Always trying to do the right thing. And then his communication, which is excellent. You could see that in the clip we watched. You know, his constant communication with Gabriel. He's communicating up front with Smith Rowe ahead of him, telling him where to run. You know, telling him how to feed the ball. And Smith Rowe's listening to him completely. So that shows you the kind of respect he's got already. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely a captain in the making because of his attitude as well, his mentality, his attitude. You know, his approach to training, his approach to matches. He's an example to lead the others by, and you know, he's such a stark contrast to Aubameyang, who basically just fucks around like some kind of teenager all day long. You know, you know, that's that mentality that the rest of the players get. You know, it's that it's okay. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's that whole mentality. It's just wrong. Kieran Tierney's like, that's it. Come on, lads. Let's go. Let's win it. You know, that's what he's like. That's what we need. We need that mentality because that should then, you know, influence the other players, rub off on the other players. And if we can bring in, like I said, if we can bring in our recruitment players who actually want to win things, players who have won things, who want to win things, who have that type of mentality, we bring in some winners and people who want to win, then all of a sudden you'll see us playing games today in a completely different way.
As Brownie, who does speak some sense, always better to have a British player as captain. British players understand the club. So.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, think about it. You always talk about. You guys always talk. We always talk about the academy and players coming up to the academy, understanding what Arsenal is from day one to the first time they you know lace up their shoes for the first team, right? I mean, they know everything about it, and then we've had so many captains. None of them have done that, right? When's the last captain come through the academy?
Adams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and we talk about him being a young captain.
Well, Jack Wilshere was on his way, but he got hurt a lot, and
he was hurt too much. Too much.
He was part-time captain, but it was good to see Jack Wilshere wear the captain's armband every once in a while, you know, and kind of give you hope that if he stayed healthy, he'll be all right. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, which is a shame because he had all the tools. And he understood the Arsenal way, right? So it's a shame because he would have been a good captain, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. He's with us for 16 years.
Yeah.
As,
off and on, right?
Ramsey came through Cardiff's academy. Remember,
Gary? We're talking about Ramsey for. We're talking about him for. What's he got to do with anything?
He's just talking about. He's just
Brownie just trying to get us to talk about his crap again.
He's talking about
come on, man.
greatest players.
Alonso, we also saw Tierney stepping into that mantle of being able to give other players a bollocking. Even one of our best players in Thomas Partey, who was losing his focus right at the end of the game. We know.
He's like, use your head, buddy.
And we know Partey's fitness is not 100% right now. He's not able to put in 90 minutes. But that was important, even just G up each other a little bit to, I saw people talking about the players are giving each other a bollocking. You want to see that on the field as well. David Luiz and Partey having fights as well. But, Tierney, I think he's stepping forward now, assuming that role within the dressing room. You talk to a big player like Thomas Partey, who's, pretty much probably 5 or 6 years ahead of him in terms of what he's done in the game.
Yeah, and that's important. And it's amazing to see how young Tierney is, and he demands toughness from his players. He wants to have good players because it's important to win. And you haven't had that in a long time, where a player can tell a player to have an accountability, right? and we kind of lost our cool when we were down, or when we were late in games. We kind of break down, and so I think having Tierney there to try to prevent that is pretty cool to see, and hopefully that is the beginning of a common trait we have at Arsenal. Because right now, except for Tierney, I don't know who else would do that. Maybe David Luiz, but that's here and there. But I think it kind of shows you the type of player and captain or leader that Tierney is. You know, he's not afraid to give players crap when they're not doing that well. And you know,
Yeah, and I think he does it in a nice way. I think he does it, Gary, in terms of like camaraderie within the dressing room. Not real bollocking, but it's just like, hey, let's go, Thomas. Let's do this. Stay concentrated, all that stuff, and it's not done in a confrontational way, Gary.
No, I mean, well, that's what captains are. They demand a little bit of respect. So if you don't respect them, then whatever they say is going to feel like that, right? It's going to feel like something derogatory coming out of their mouth. But it's all about winning this game, and that's all he's about, right? He's all about winning the game. So
Yeah,
he's only
he's
talking
focused.
about things that are only going to make the team better. So it's. I mean that video proved. I don't know what the plan behind that was. What the marketing plan behind that was, but it definitely showed us what it showed
The
us what.
succession plan for the new captain. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, and maybe Bamiyang's got word of that, and that's why he was a little late, right? And it's been off for a while. What? As soon as I started talking, you guys put your hands up. What's going on? Can I?
Alonso said he
Second
wasn't
time that's
finished
happened.
yet.
You wanted what?
Alonso wasn't finished yet.
Oh, that wasn't Ray. Ray asked me a question. I thought.
All right, my bad.
I'm mocking Tony.
What were you gonna say, Alonso? You said you weren't finished.
Well, it wasn't, but I lost my thought now. So go ahead, Gary.
Hey, blame it on Ray because Ray asked me a question and I thought it was my turn. I was trying to be good. Ray gets you get your second red card of the night.
So the other thing we were watching was the training video, which was much longer. I thought Eddie Nketiah put in the worst training. Just the few seconds I saw of him, he couldn't seem more disinterested in what was going on. And I don't know what's going on with Eddie Nketiah.
Him and Nelson need soul. That's what's going on.
I didn't see
By
that.
Edward.
It was just warm ups, and they're doing like keep C's in the middle and all that stuff. What's that? The rondos, right?
Yeah, the rondos. Yeah.
Same thing that was going on. So North London Derby, Sam. We pull out the win, 2-1 win. Tonight's game wasn't great, so we're going to harken back a little bit to North London Derby. And what's your takeaway from that and momentum going into Sunday?
Well, we've got to take that. We just got to forget today and just take the team from the North London Derby, basically put that onto Sunday's field, and then try and get 3 points against West Ham. Well, I think West Ham are going to give us a very difficult game. Moyes is going to set up and give us a very difficult game. They're playing well, West Ham. Their team is gelling well together. They've got a good midfield. They've got a decent defence. That North London Derby, we basically spanked Spurs and should have won about 4 or 5-1 easily. Again, we made things difficult for ourselves, which we do all season. We seem to love this, trying to make it as difficult as we can for ourselves by letting the other team back in, not scoring our chances. It's just we just make it so hard. So. We need to, but we're still victory's a victory. It was a good game against our rivals, and we need to take that momentum into the game against West Ham. And like we've been saying for so long, all season, we need to start seeing some consistency. That's what we need to see in the league now.
I have a question: Is Mark Noble still the captain for West Ham?
No.
Is he? I can't remember.
I think he's the club captain. I think he is the club captain.
Okay.
He's the club captain, but I don't think he plays all their games at the moment. I can't quite remember right now, but haven't seen one of their games for a while now.
It's Declan Rice.
Declan Rice has been playing very well for them lately. I've been reading, and a lot of people giving him a lot of good rating. So he's a good midfielder. Souček is obviously very good. You know, they're getting performances out of Antonio now. Lingard has sort of found a team that he suits better, that his level there is better. He gels better with the West Ham team. So
they are going to have issues with Mikel or Antonio. I don't believe he's fit for the game. So
okay, I haven't seen their latest team news, but
Yarmolenko's not that bad either. So he should be with Dortmund, right?
Yarmolenko could be coming back as well. He could be playing.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
They're just a well-oiled team. They just play so well together. You know, Moyes has got them, you know, just singing on the same hymn sheet, all of them. So they put in a good effort. You know, they always give 100%, and they make life difficult for any team they play. They really do. It's going to be a tough game. It really is. But we need to be consistent now. If we're gonna get anywhere near those Europa League spots at the end of the season, we have to beat West Ham. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Consistency is going to be key, Gary.
You gotta win those 5-10 minute spurts at the beginning and end of the halves. I mean, that's what we got to do, and then maintain for the rest of the the middle parts of the game.
No fuck ups. None of those big fuck ups again.
Yeah. And what we're going to need is Kieran Tierney as well, driving us forward. Just going back to the Lord London Derby and the drive he had before halftime, when probably traditionally most of the Arsenal team is settling in for their cup of tea or orange 5 minutes before the half. Tierney's driving forward and wanting to score that equalizer.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? It's 45 minutes. It's not 40, 44,
39,
43.
40.
Yeah, and you got to, as they say, you got to run through the tape, right? It's not over until, you can lose a game at the end of a half, and just like we scored an extra time. So it's possible to score when you've played for 45 minutes and still get a goal in. So got to play all the way to the end, play to the whistle.
Has there been any retrospective action, Sam, against Harry Kane for the challenge on Gabriel? Because
has there been or should there have been? Sorry, I didn't quite catch it.
Has there been? But
no.
Should there be?
Yes.
Also.
Yes. They should put him in prison and fucking throw away the key. That's what they should do with that guy.
I don't care if you're not getting a kick of the game, you're frustrated. That is a very, very dangerous.
What he did against Gabriel is terrible. What he did against Gabriel, but we've seen it. He does that type of thing so often, and he just gets away with it. The referees are just not blowing the whistle for him. You know, it's ridiculous, and it just annoys the hell out of me to see him keep doing that. And he dives as well. He dives so much, not so much against us this time, but you see, all the clips of him diving as well, and he just gets away with it. It just annoys the hell out of me. It reminds me a lot of Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer was another prolific striker who just used to go around, abusing people, and he just got away with it because he was the England captain.
Yeah.
And Shearer was another player, unfortunately, a great player who didn't win fuck all, did he? So, that's going to be the same with Kane.
I mean, it's one of those things where the perception of the England captain, it can't be good, can it? I mean, he hasn't won anything. He dives. He is a somewhat dirty player. Just nothing good about that says England captain, right?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't. I mean, I understand that's just how it works. It works for everybody who gets the C or the armband, right?
And as Stan, the man who's in our chat here, as he says about Kane, I love it. He says he catches about 3,000 flies every game as well in his mouth. So he's got a nice mixture of flies there as well. Probably doesn't taste very good.
Nice one, Stan.
That's a good one, that.
Alonso, it seems like the referees do not want to or will not book England captains either.
Yeah, and to me, it's frustrating as an Arsenal fan that Harry Kane is this bigger than life character, right? That he's like the all-time villain for us, and he has a sidekick named Adam Lemina. So it's like
Adam Lallana.
it's weird how us fans can't stand Tottenham Hotspur, and but anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's kind of frustrating that Harry Kane is here a lot and hits so many dives. There's no retribution for that. So it is, as a fan's anger, it's crazy how this guy's a cheat and he gets here a lot and he's still even captain. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
no, I saw that Brownie's point about Shearer and him saying I'm not going to play in the World Cup. So then they said, all right, we're going to bow to the captain of England. I mean, could it be the reason why they're not, winning lots of trophies? I mean, if that's how they run things, I mean, it's supposed to be 11 to 25 guys on that team that all want to play for it. At some point
Yeah.
you gotta be on the same page. It can't be I, right?
Yeah.
Gary, at some point, Arteta, or Mikel Arteta,
Thanks, Ray.
the same A number.
Alonso has replaced Lego Man.
At some point,
He called him Blockhead earlier.
at some point, Arteta has said he wants to string a number of wins together. We've beaten Tottenham in the North London Derby, and now we're going to go into what are they called it now? The Millennium Stadium, or
I think it's called is it called the Olympic Stadium or London Stadium?
National Stadium, the London Stadium.
I think it's called the London Stadium. I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to go in there. We got to win a game again. We were 7 points behind Tottenham.
We got to win all our games, Ray.
Last weekend we were 7. I got a heckler in the panel somewhere. I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo, Gary?
I am not hearing an echo. Is that a third red card? How many red cards are you gonna get?
Basically, the question, Gary, is we were 7 points behind Tottenham. We're in a similar position against West Ham now, and they're either going to put us away or we're going to get closer to them, or it could be a draw, of course. How do you see the game panning out? And because we have actually a good record there, we have not lost. We've lost only once in the last 7 years at their stadium.
It's what's scary is that we just don't know. I mean, this is as I said, this is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I mean, come out in the North London Derby, look really good for a long time, and then we kind of take that last 10 minutes, as far as I'm concerned, and took it from 10 minutes to basically most of this game. All right. Yeah, Brownie's got he's got Arsenal bed sheets. I know he does.
Oh yeah. Oh yes,
I know he does. I know he
Arsenal
does.
underwear.
And drawers.
Underwear.
And
cover.
coffee
And
cup.
drawers. Arsenal drawers too.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think the team we're gonna get. Well, it's gonna have Tierney on one side. If Cedric's out there, and Erdiger and Milsrif Rowe, I'm liking our chances, right?
We're all Croatians tonight, Gary.
What is it? Whatever their sign is, yes. But yeah, no,
Maghreb.
yeah, it's a wonder. Well, we'll see what happens on Sunday, right? First, it's going to be the lineup, and then go from there. I mean, I assume Aubameyang is, he'll play. Well, towards the end of the season when we play the scrubs, right?
Yeah.
He's just not. I mean, if you're trying to win games now, how much more how much can we lean on him anymore?
No.
Right? He doesn't hold up the ball. He doesn't play defense. He can't put shots on goal, much less I mean, he had what 2 or 3 chances to put a shot between the posts, couldn't do it. You know,
Yeah,
with
but
no.
he was playing with Xhaka, Elneny, and
Oh
Ceballos
no
behind him.
no! That's an
No,
excuse. Now you're
don't you
excusing
dare,
him
mate.
for missing those
you
shots.
dare.
He had two
He
shots,
sounds like a
1-on-1 with the
Tottenham man
goalie,
fan to
and he
me.
missed them. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter
didn't see
about
the
who he's
game.
playing
I
with.
didn't see the game.
So then why are you bringing that up? You just
I'm
stop
the
poking.
host.
Stop poking. Stop poking.
I'm asking
No, hey,
questions.
He had he had actually 4 opportunities to score, and he didn't do it. He didn't do it. I mean, the overhead shot probably was a little off, but he had 3 legitimate opportunities to score today,
It was
and didn't even come
alone with
close.
the goalkeeper. He was alone with the goalkeeper. He could have
Twice.
just
He was
shot
alone with the
past
goalkeeper twice. He had 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. The only person in front of him was a goalkeeper, and both times he failed.
Yeah.
Failed terribly.
PG Naz, we're all Croatians tonight.
Yes.
Tottenham don't go through, and we did a mock draw, and we drew Unai Emery's Villarreal. So that's who we're getting tomorrow. That will be a storyline indeed.
Yeah. No, I mean, hopefully he goes with his strongest lineup, which just means Saka is not going to play, but otherwise everybody else we should know, right? We should know the lineup for next week, right? Because he's going to try to win that, right?
We
Because he
could
has
hope,
a
Gary.
no.
We could hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we know what our strong lineup is now with everybody,
yeah.
right? I mean, I think we know that. We know who's going to be up top. We know who the 3 players behind the striker. We just don't know who the striker is, right?
Yeah, as brought to you on the pregame show, the North London Derby, which kudos to us. I think we did a great job of highlighting the team and the dangers on that day. Emile Smith-Rowe, Odegaard can play together in the same team.
Yes.
Saka play on the right, and Lacazette on the day did enough to get us through. Alonso, West Ham. What's your feeling for West Ham, Alonso?
Yeah, so they got David Moyes has done a good job with them. I think that when West Ham got their new manager last year, was it? And they had mixed feelings about probably David Moyes. I think when David Moyes took the job at Manchester United, I think that was a job that was too big for him. But I think Manchester United were a team right up his alley, right? Because there was no pressure to win there. They're a typical mid-table team, and no really expectations. So he went with it, and he's done pretty well for himself. And they have good midfield, like Sam was saying. They got a good midfield. They have a pretty good attack. And in the past, this is not that same West Ham team that always, we always beat. They're a different side now. And like Gary was saying, like we need to bring our best starting 11 on the pitch on Sunday, right? Because if we don't, then our Arteta should know by now who the best starting 11 are. And if we don't, they're going to punish us, whether it be midfield or bully us, or whatever have you. So we got to be prepared for that. And I'm going to see Martinelli at least make some kind of impact on that game because he can. And I think it's something that Arteta has to figure out. Just be take a risk and sit Aubameyang again until he finds his boots. And I was really kind of optimistic about Pepe because that pass he that led to the penalty against Spurs.
Healthy. Yeah.
It kind of shows you that Pepe is more than capable of doing something positive. So, I'm just hoping that Saka is not out for a long time and that Pepe can just do his best against West Ham like he did last year, the first game last year. Whenever I think before Arteta got hired, he had a great those I think it was that goal that he carved in. It was a good goal, so he needs to take more chances like that. But I'm very confident.
I think what we're seeing with Pepe is that he's sort of settling into the team, and he knows. I think he's starting to know his role a little bit more and feeling a little bit more confident. Sam, what do you think? Pepe's kind of.
I think Pepe's gone from absolute dog shit to average.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
what's happening.
progression. Progression.
We know what today
Progression,
was
it's
definitely
progression,
average.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he was up and down today. He had some really good moments and some really bad moments. So
It's progression.
definitely.
He's gone from absolute dog shit to being average, and him being average, everyone they get silly when they say, "Oh my God, Pepe he had a good pass." Oh my God, it's like, yeah, that's what professional footballers do. So that's why they're playing out there getting £100,000 a week, and you're not doing anything. So
He's only got one leg.
What do you mean? I'm
Can't
doing
blame the
something.
guy.
I'm
He's only got
talking to
one
you,
leg.
Sam.
so,
Is that-
I'm not talking. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm talking the generic you. But anyway, yeah. I mean, he's a professional footballer. He's going to do a few things he should be doing. And people are all creaming themselves because he's had a few games where he's actually had a few decent passes, a few decent shots. But he's far from being the type of influential player he should be, for his price tag and what he looked like in Lille and all that. He's nowhere near that. He's a squad player. He's a squad player. That's what he is.
Tony, is Saka not going to play on the weekend? Is he definitely going to be out?
I thought he's questionable for today, so he should be where he's available.
He may be okay to go on Sunday, so he could be in the lineup.
So.
If not, Pepe's probably the first one then to come into the lineup in his place as well after that. Gary, did you have a topic you wanted to bring to the table tonight, or if not, we can continue. It's not the end of the podcast.
No. I don't think I had a topic because
I had a question.
All right, go ahead. You do it.
Bring it.
Maybe I'll have a topic after I hear.
Okay.
What you guys
I'll be
said.
right back. I'm going to drop out for a second.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
right back.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
It just teases and then he goes.
So
There
what is
you
it,
go.
Alonso?
There
You
he goes.
gonna start it off?
I'll start with a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony. I'll let Tony do it.
Which of the current players would you sign to a 5-year contract?
Oh, I saw this
Just one
question.
player. Just one player.
I saw this question.
I'll take it if you don't mind, Gary and Sam.
Go ahead.
So, I know that Saka resigns, right? And so has Martinelli, I believe. So, my next option would be Odegaard, right? I mean, because in my opinion, he brings more to the team than our current midfield does, excluding Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka, of course, right? He's energetic. He's a talented player that we've so needed for a while since Mesut Ozil went cuckoo in the head, right? So he has the same qualities that Ozil has, and I like Odegaard, really do, and I hope he stays. I hope he re-signs with us, and I hope Real Madrid feels sorry for us and just doesn't be with us from now on, and I'm excited for him. And I'm so glad we have him now, and we might as well enjoy it because you don't know if he's going to stay or go, so or leave or stay. So I hope it's Odegaard, Tony.
Odegaard would be fantastic. I think he would transform and has transformed the way we played alongside Emile Smith-Rowe. Tony? Or whoever's next.
I guess we'll go my way. I'm really not sure. I don't know if I would go Odegaard, Saka, or Gabriel. It's kind of one of those players that's figured I bet long term on.
So really what you want to do is secure a current Arsenal player to be at the club and not leave the club for the next 5 years, right?
Yep.
Sam, did you have a go?
I think Saka and Smith-Rowe recently signed long-term deals, so I don't think we need to worry about them, to be honest.
Ignore the fact. Just if the doesn't matter.
But they're young and they've got long-term deals, so they're okay. So yeah, between Gabriel and the other players, I'll tell you what, we've already got Gabriel. I want Odegaard because we don't have him. I would love to sign him on permanent deal, and if we could sign him on a 5-year contract, that would be brilliant. Because he's only 22. He's got his best years ahead of him. I'd love to give him a 5-year deal. I think he could do a hell of a lot for us if we actually bought a striker who could fucking finish. I'll tell you what, Odegaard, he could do so many wonders for that striker. I mean, that's what we need. We've got one part of the puzzle. We just need the last piece. We need that striker who can finish.
And maybe Martinelli would be one of those players.
Maybe he can develop into that. Balogun
can-
looks like a decent finisher. I'd love to see Balogun given a chance. And Martinelli's definitely got it in him. Give him a chance. Aubameyang, we shouldn't be playing Aubameyang, in my opinion. He doesn't deserve to play. It's as simple as that.
Lego man likes him. Blockhead, as Alonso called him earlier.
Yeah.
Any other
Alonso
thoughts on the
joined
West?
Dark side.
Any other thoughts on the West Ham game? Can we go?
I
now?
think it's to name my player that I want to keep for 5 more years.
Go for
Yes,
it.
Gary's turn.
He said
Xhaka.
Xhaka.
Xhaka, I want him for 5 more years. Think about it. He's got, when he is talking to the media, he just spewts out captain. That's all he does.
Gary wants me to adopt another
he
team.
makes Partey look so good out there. Whenever Partey is out there with Xhaka, he makes Partey look so good.
And Gary,
right? When Partey's not out there, he doesn't look Partey. He doesn't make
Bizarro,
Partey look good.
Gary.
Right? I mean,
real Gary.
As Ray says, he plays every game, 90
he's
minutes.
always available.
Right? He's always available. So isn't that what we want? We want availability.
His best ability is availability.
Failability. You said fail ability.
No,
yes,
availability.
You're right. Failability is what I heard, and you're right.
In a week where we're gonna face the Irons, we are gonna have our own X-Men.
I do agree that we should spend whatever money we have to keep Erdiger on our team, right? Because we know what we got there. We know, and you know what? Think about it. I think Martinelli has a new contract. Milsworth Rowe, if he doesn't, should. Saka. I mean, you've got four. You got your front four right there for the next 4 years, right?
Connor
next
McDowell
3 to 4 years.
for
So
Odegaard.
Alonso just did a flip for it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see that front four, right? Tell Martinelli, go up top. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You're gonna get all the opportunities, and the fact that I feel like if we play those 4 up top, they would rotate so much the defense would be in trouble.
Yep.
Right? They wouldn't know where to go because somebody would come up through the middle, go out to the wing. They wouldn't know what to do. And then you got Partey behind them making nice passes. I mean, with his new partner, because easy.
Easy.
And they're all on new. I think they're all actually new. All of them signed long-term deals in the summer. I think Smith Rowe, Saka, and Martinelli.
Yeah,
I think they all signed long-term deals, so that's great.
And now we're going to get into our Premier League preview and the shock choice. I'm going to throw a wrinkle at you that you don't know about. You can include the FA Cup games this week as well, and that would actually include Bournemouth from a level down against Southampton. So there's 13 points. 13 points available if you go for Bournemouth.
That's Ray's long shot to get ahead of Gary. In other words.
Oh,
yeah, that's my long shot
guys,
to get ahead of Gary. And
you
Gary
guys.
last week. Gary had an unassailable lead, and he picked Burnley against Everton. So he's got an even more unassailable lead.
I told you guys to come join me. He said, no, I'm going to go with the easy choice. Yeah.
Ray Anderson, thanks for joining us. Good night, guys. Bad match today, definitely. Ray, we didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about the game. It was very forgettable. But the good thing about it is that we are in the hat, and we are going to be in the hat with Manchester United. So, Rich Sports, big up the panel. Will we get you in the next round? Let's talk about that real quickly. I think we touched on it. Alonso, let's go with you first. Do you want Man United in the next round? And do Man United want Arsenal? That's maybe the bigger question. Do Man United want Arsenal? We taking 4 points from them.
I think it'll be a good game. I think that sooner or later we're going to have to play a good game in the tournament, and we may have. But I think that a good test for us, if we really wanted it, we would have to play Man United, right? So, and I wouldn't mind them. I would want to play them. Whether it be this time around or semifinals or finals, we're gonna have to face them. And they're a strong team, right? So they're above us in the table, so we're all rivals. So it'd be good to play them, I think.
Well, Alonso, in our mock draft, in our mock draw, Manchester United drew Ajax, Rich. So Manchester United are going out in the next round anyway. Yeah, but I totally see what you're saying, Alonso. We want some of these tests as well. Tony, you want Man United in the next round?
I told you who I want. I want Emery.
Yeah, well, we're doing it for Rich here, the rivalry here, the Manchester United rivalry. You want Unai Emery, we're going to get him. Sam?
Yeah, I mean, Manchester United, of course, is always a great game. It's going to be two good games. I was at two legs. We know it's happened before, hasn't it? In other tournaments. So I mean, I think we would beat them over two legs. I really do. I think we would be able to do that.
Yeah,
I do think we could get one over on them over two legs. I don't think they're that far ahead of us, to be honest. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
So over two legs, I think we could beat them.
Yeah, they're not making the individual mistakes that we're making this season. I'm not saying that's going to completely make up for the difference in points, but it would help a lot. Ray Anderson said Arteta's never lost against Ole. If we take our two league results, we go through 1-0 an aggregate. Imagine that, and a penalty as well. Quarterfinal and semi-final draws tomorrow, so we will know our path. That's good stuff, Connor. Thanks. Yeah, we'll know the brackets. Ray Anderson, we actually drew Unai Emery and Villarreal in our mock draw. United got Ajax, Roma got Granada, and the Slayers of the mighty Tottenham got Slavia Prague. So, yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tottenham players have been banned from owning
This is a good one. This one.
dogs after RSPCA raised concerns, and none of them know how to hold on to a lead. Our intrepid reporter, more to follow from our intrepid reporter, Stan the Man. Villarreal by my 8-sided dice die roll, or your 2-sided sack. I don't know which it was, Tony.
Pardon.
You see me roll a damn die.
No, I haven't actually. Did you see him rolling any dice, Sam?
I heard it. I heard something. It could have been it could have been something else. I heard something like land on his desk there, or whatever it was.
Oh my God. Okay, Gary, we're going to move forward here. We're going to do our upsets, and Gary has a 30-point lead here.
Oh, bloody hell.
He's trying to play it off now.
I'm great.
All right, Gary, you can include FA Cup games. Let me give you the FA Cup games just for shits and giggles. It's going to be Bournemouth versus Southampton, Everton versus City, Chelsea versus Sheffield United, and Leicester versus Man United. So Chelsea versus Sheffield United would be 16 points. Everton versus City would be 6. Bournemouth versus Southampton would be 13. Well, let's go right back to the Premier League. We're going to go through the Premier League ones first. Just a preview, real quick preview. And if you have time to give me your upset choice, let's do that. Let's get a comment in here from Ray. Don't want Villarreal or Roma. Maybe I don't want Ajax either, but I know that we're going to get either one. Okay. Arsenal always do it the hard way, right? Okay, Gary, Premier League tomorrow, actually, 4 o'clock, Friday. Fulham versus Leeds, 18th versus 12th. Fulham are playing quite well.
Yeah, they are. And you never know what Leeds team you're going to get, right? So, but they've been struggling, so I have a feeling they're going to wake up tomorrow, tomorrow, and have a good game. So I think Leeds are going to win this one. They've been on a kind of a downturn, but I feel like this is gonna be their uptick.
Sam?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the fixtures this weekend, there's not many, is there? There's only a few fixtures.
Yep.
So for me, this is going to be my upset. I think it's going to be Fulham. I think Fulham will get the points against Leeds.
Okay. Alonso, Fulham under Scott Parker playing a different way, getting themselves closer to Newcastle and Brighton.
Yeah, I think that, Fulham have been playing pretty well. I think Leeds have been kind of iffy. And to be honest with you, it'd be good to see Fulham stay up for once. So I'm going to go with Fulham.
Fulham, yeah. Would that be your upset?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Ray Anderson's going for Leeds to win as well. And Connor said Anguissa is a great player to watch in Fulham. Could be a good shout as well for a better team in the Premier League to go and get Anguissa in the summertime. Tony, Fulham versus Leeds.
Let's see, Fulham 6th in the form table. Leeds are 20th. I picked Leeds last week as Fulham last week as my upset pick. I'll probably win this week, but
Yep. Good one. I think Fulham will win, but I'm gonna probably take Bournemouth versus Southampton. I might take Bournemouth over Southampton in the FA Cup as my pick. But we'll get to that. Brighton versus Newcastle.
can we have
16.
one each?
Tony, you go first. 16 versus 17. This is a real relegation battle here. 6-pointer.
Yep.
They're both in danger of getting caught by Fulham.
Nobody gives a shit except for this game, except for the two teams playing.
True.
I think Brighton gets the win.
Tony, tell us what you really think, because I'm still kind of.
I think Brighton gets the win. Brighton are 17th in form table, and Sheffield's 19th in form table.
Tony goes strictly by the stats. The form table tells all. There's no upsets ever. Sam.
Yeah, I don't think Newcastle travel very well, to be honest. Even though I know it, fans don't really mean that much at the moment. Just Newcastle just don't travel very well, and Brighton. I can just see Brighton wanting this game more than Newcastle, to be honest. So yeah, I think Newcastle will lose, and I think they're going to be closer to relegation after this game. And yeah, it's going to be squeaky bum time for their fans towards the end of the season now.
Yeah. Alonso, I got to tell you, there's no West Brom Albion games this weekend, so we're not going to have any Kieran Gibbs moments.
They're happening in his head, Ray. Doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Can we resurrect someone else to be there?
Kieran Gibbs is on holiday at another game, and he comes on the pitch, and he.
Yeah, he's a spectator.
How many Inter Miami tickets have you bought, Alonso?
When you move into Miami, Alonso?
No.
He's a stock carrying.
He kind of said 1-1. Two Arsenal players, Welbeck and Willock, scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie?
So, yeah, I think I like that theory of Welbeck and Willock scoring. It'll be a draw. Them two will score, and the regulation battle will continue. I think it'll be a draw. I think Willock will score, and I think Welbeck will score. It'll be cool to see, for nostalgia reasons. So I go with 1-1. Ray Anderson, yeah. So 1-1 draw.
Nice one. Tony?
Which one? Still the Brighton?
Did you do Brighton Newcastle already?
You're fucking around in the chat as usual, aren't you?
I was talking to Ray. Leave me alone.
Ray Anderson.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He's only got one friend. He's only got one friend called Ray.
Could be me, right?
See, this is why we skip you when we do the panel.
Which one, Brighton?
Yeah,
or
and then
Newcastle?
he gets mad.
Which fucking game, Brighton or Tottenham?
Yeah, dude.
Did you do Brighton Newcastle already?
I said Brighton to start off with, right? If you're fucking paying attention.
We got 4 of you to rein in here. Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Tony.
You don't want my pick, huh?
Yeah.
I'm kind of clockwise.
Tony, get the card out. This guy is just like,
What do you got, Gary?
I think Brighton will win this one. Yeah, and put some more misery into Newcastle's
Steve
game.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Hey, who has scoring, Gary?
Will Steve Bruce make it to the end of the season?
Yes, and then he'll get sacked.
Okay.
Scoring for Brighton, huh?
You get sacked the last week of May.
go-
Mopé. Trossard.
Mopé, Trossard.
I think in
Who's gonna
Mopé,
score?
yeah.
Well, back.
Mopé. Okay.
Yeah.
Welbeck.
Gary, take us away with Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Tottenham are lost to North London Derby. They lost tonight. Are they going to
12th in the
slide?
form table, Ray.
They're going to slide again?
12th in the form table.
Yeah, well, we need
Oh, they're
to.
going to win then. Okay. Tottenham
Yeah.
are going to win.
Southampton 16.
No, I guess I need a draw because I don't really want to. I really want Aston Villa to lose, but no, I don't want that. Do I? I'd rather have Aston Villa actually win, I guess, right? Because that, yeah, because that means the other team loses. So
Aston
Well,
Villa
pour
would,
misery on
would
him. Pour misery on him. Just pour it on him.
Aston
Yeah, I
Villa
think-
on the
I
same
think- yeah,
points
I wanna-
as us.
yeah, they do. They're ahead of
They're
us.
on the same points as us, and Spurs
Yeah.
are 4 points ahead of us.
Yeah.
So
A draw would be best, really, then, because we could rate them
Yeah,
both. And then couldn't
I
we?
guess draw. Yeah, I'm gonna go with draw. Sam, yeah, there you go, draw. I don't know. I don't even. I want to. It's not even gonna be high scoring. Is it? Grealish is still out,
I think so.
right?
Yeah.
Is he? So how is he actually gonna play for England? He isn't, right? He's been out for.
I didn't see him in the squad. I don't think.
Okay.
Not for this round of
No.
games, anyway. Not for this 2 weeks now. Coming now.
big up to Tony for interacting with the folks in the chats. So
Even though Sam condones it. He says,
No, I don't want that.
fan."
Yeah. Part of me wants
Right.
Villa to win just to rub it in, but we have to catch them. So
we have to jump a few teams. Hopefully, we put a run together,
Yeah.
Roma. So, I would go for a draw as well in that one.
yeah.
Alonso,
And I think yeah.
So, like
let's
you
go
guys
get back
mentioned,
to you.
we need Villa to lose, right? Because it enables us to hopefully catch up to both Tottenham and Villa. So, you could say that we're looking for a draw, right? But then again, we want our trouble to lose. So it's kind of an iffy game. So, you know what? I want Villa to win 2-0.
And as Ray said, we're playing before Aston Villa, so if we can win, then I want them to draw. So we'll know what we've done
Right.
against West Ham.
So me and Ray Anderson had the same theory. It's like we hate Tottenham so much that we want them to lose, but we need a draw for us to catch up some kind of. So
That's the position we're in right now because
Yeah.
we messed up a large part of our season earlier in the year.
yeah. So I still want Villa to win.
Tony, Aston Villa at Tottenham. We want Mourinho to get sacked. Right?
Yeah.
They won't sack him this week anyway.
They got a cup final to get ready for.
When is
Yeah,
it? Big Cup final? Is it?
Early April.
Okay.
is it early or mid-April? I can't remember. Something
Let
like
me
that.
check. I'll check on them.
They've got to play City anyway, and they're going to get spanked. They're going to get spanked by City.
City's out go for the quadruple.
Yeah, they'll get it. I think they'll get it this season. I don't know. Champions League, I'm thinking maybe Bayern Munich or maybe
That would
might
be
a bit too
that's going
strong
to be
for
really
them.
tough to get the Champions
Yeah.
League.
I want to see that final. I want to see them in the final. City versus Bayern.
So I think the semis should be pretty good, right?
Why?
We'll find out tomorrow. The draw's tomorrow, isn't it? For the
I didn't get my fucking prediction in.
Who's that guy talking? I don't even know. What is he talking about?
I don't know. He keeps showing some Oklahoma badge all the time.
I know. Is that the Oklahoma badge?
First, before you do that, Tony, here's the schedule for Tottenham leading up to that final. They have to go away to Newcastle. They play at home to Manchester United, and then they have to go away to Everton. So that's punishing for Jose Mourinho to navigate. And they could quite conceivably only pick up a few points before the cup final. So all of their eggs going to be in the cup final. Tony?
Sacked before the cup final?
No, they won't sack him before the cup final.
He's there because he's there for the cup final. That's his job. He's there to win finals. That's what he's there for. So that's his day in the limelight. So
then after they win, they sack him.
So if he doesn't win, which most likely looks like the most likely scenario, if he doesn't win, then he's not doing his job. That's it. They're gonna
and they got 5 weeks.
Get rid of him.
5 weeks until their massive cup final in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, they're gonna make DVDs out of that.
The Ribena. They've already done the Ribena video.
Yeah.
We don't
anyway, Tony, we've been waiting a long time for you to tell us if Aston Villa is going to beat Tottenham or not.
Yep, they're going to win. I want to draw, but they're going to win.
All right. The big one, Gary, West Ham at home to Arsenal.
Yeah. That's my upset pick. I don't know if I want to pick the FA Cups because those are a little bit.
Ray said we get one Premier League and one FA Cup pick.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yep.
Oh.
No, he's making up again.
No, Gary, continue.
No, I think we're gonna surprise, but I don't really want to say that out loud too. So shh. But no, I think we have enough players to come in there and have a good game. But I hate not building up from the last game. I mean, the only thing I saw that was promising, like I said, was Milsworth Rowe and Tyranny on the left side. The bit that I got from Martinelli, Erdegaard always looks good. So, and Pepe he can only do so much. He can't do a full game. So if we have to go to him in the next game, I don't know. We'll see if Saka hopefully can come in maybe to spot him, but hopefully, yeah. Erdegaard, Smith Rowe, Tyranny. Hopefully that's enough for us to get something out of that game. I think our defense has usually been stout as a whole. The defense as a whole, I don't think, yeah. So it could be a boring game, but I want us to squeak it out somehow because we need it. The players need to believe they can win these types of games, right? Yeah.
Gary, is this?
We have I think the second or third best defense, which goes unnoticed, I think, at this point in time. Ray Anderson said if everything goes through this weekend, we'll be 2 points ahead of Villa and only 2 points behind Spurs. So not bad. And the longer I think the West Ham game goes, the more we're going to be in the game. I think if we go into the second half and it's still a deadlocked, I think we could probably make the breakthrough.
I think the fans are getting ready for the outro.
Fourth best, Ray. Fourth best defense.
Fourth best defense. Very good.
But we keep letting it go. We're letting it go every game, so it's not that great.
Yeah.
It was good until the last couple of weeks when everybody.
And we keep gifting goals. We gift goals every game. So
I've been asking for this. So hopefully, I get it this time. I want us to go into halftime with a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Or
if
is
he'll
that we
get
have to
that.
go and buy a striker first?
And actually, in our prediction podcast, I did predict that we would concede less than 40 goals this season. We're right on track for that. I think we're going to be okay there. Gary said we're out hammering their hammers. Sam, Arsenal versus West Ham. I think we can get a draw there.
Yeah, I think a draw is probably what we're looking at for me, and that is mainly because I think we're going to have the similar scenario where we're going to let them score, or they're going to score somehow, and we're gonna struggle to get goals. We'll probably get a goal, and I can see like a 1-1 draw. That's what I can see in this game because I just don't think we're going to be able to finish our chances again. I would love to be wrong. I'd love to all of a sudden we start banging in goals for fun. I'd love that, but I just based on what we see lately, it's we've got to get either Odegaard and Smith Rowe, Saka, these guys start scoring again, like they've been doing lately, or we're going to struggle for goals. That's what it's going to be.
And I don't think it would be a bad point to take away as well. I mean,
No, I think a point is good against West Ham. I'm thinking we'll probably have a decent performance as well because I think if he goes with that team, we know he should do. I think we can put in a solid performance and have a good game. It's just again, it's those two issues. It's do we give them a goal, and how terrible are we going to be in front of goal? That's the two main issues.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have issues up front as well with Michael Antonio maybe not being in the game. They might have to go with Yarmolenko. Jesse Lingard is a player we're going to have to watch. He plays on the left side, so that is going to be our right back. I want to see Cedric coming back, not Hector, not HP sauce, please. Alonso, West Ham versus Arsenal, Alonso.
So, Ray, are we doing an upset special for both Premier League and FA Cup?
He said no.
No, just pick one upset choice.
Okay. So I think Arsenal can win this game 3-1, but Arteta has to learn to use his squad better, And with Aubameyang, aka Aubameyang, he's not gonna
A boomerang.
he's gonna play him, right? Because he's now become a center Arteta.
Yeah.
And
Grandpa Uber.
right. So, he has to learn how to use rationality in these games that matter now because he can't fool around with people's heads and say, hey, I'm going to play you, but not play him for reasons which we don't know yet. So he has to learn how to use his players correctly in the moments we need them the most, And so anyway, I think it'd be a good game for us. And I think this game will start the consistency we've been lacking. So I think it'd be 3-1 victory.
3-1 victory. Bargav, thanks for joining us, Bargav Kandetti. West Ham had all week to get ready. I wanted to maybe have a slightly weaker team, as I said, for tonight, but maybe there's something in continuing to play games, and maybe we will start better against West Ham. And West Ham having the week off might not actually. This is just me being optimistic. Maybe might actually start well on Sunday if we can jump on them. Ray Anderson said if Laka starts with Odegaard, Saka, Pepe, and Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Partey, Luis, all good team there. We lost, but we moved nonetheless. And Bargav, we did a mock draw. We drew Unai Emery's Villarreal. I shit you not. Hopefully. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning, though. My goodness, is it that late? AFC is on. Yes.
He's late again. Stefan is late again.
We sprung forward.
Tony at you, LOL.
Aubameyang.
Yeah, who else got to speak? Who wants to speak about West Ham? Did I miss anyone? West Ham, Arsenal? Tony?
Here we go.
You missed me. It's kind of like what Ray said there. Just kind of depends who plays. If Lacazette starts instead of Grandpa Uber, I think we get a 3-1 win or maybe even 4-2, something like that. But I don't know who Lego Man, or as I'm going to start calling him now, Blockhead. I like Blockhead better.
Me too, Tony.
You know what's funny is
sooner or later you're going to start respecting Arteta sooner or later.
Yeah,
you're
what's
upsetting Ray. You're upsetting Ray, Tony.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he
Don't
learns
mess.
to do man management, I'll respect him, Ray.
Don't mess with.
All
Don't
And when
mess
he
with
learns to do
Uncle
man
Mikel.
management, I'll learn to respect him.
All right, one second. Let Gary get in, and then we'll have a little chat.
I haven't predicted my score yet.
Nobody cares.
Because you spent so long to get there. Just fucking say it.
That's what she said.
Oh my God, Sam.
Come on,
Gary
3-1
first.
Arsenal. All right, Tony, let's move on.
All right, Tony, do you want to come at me about Arteta?
Yeah, I'm going to go
All right.
back to last year. Niles was our best player of the first 7 games under Arteta. He misses a practice. Then he's not in a team for 2 fucking months. Then he gets into the FA Cup, and he's why we went for a long run in the FA Cup. Now Aubameyang misses meetings, late to... And guess what? He starts tonight, Ray. And guess what? He probably starts Sunday. And if I was Lacazette, I'd hand in a transfer request. But
Sam,
the Lego Man knows best because Ray shits rainbows and unicorns.
Sam, I started supporting Arsenal 1986-87. George Graham came in, took over a young team, had Charlie Nicholas in a cup final. Charlie Nicholas was part of a cup final that won. He wasn't there next year. Guess what? These things happen.
As I said, we're not. This is not a nostalgia business. This is a results business. So if the players aren't doing it, sorry, that's it. You got to go. We got to stop. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. If you're not good enough, that's it. We've got other players who can do the job, or we bring in someone who can do the job.
And Mainsley hasn't shown that we're missing him, right?
No, unfortunately, I think he seems to have lost a bit of that, ability that he had before. I don't know why. Maybe it's mental. I don't know, but it's been unfortunate because he's been used, all over the pitch really, and he never really got any run in the team, unfortunately. But that's just the way it is. That's football. It's brutal sometimes. It really is. But he'll land on his feet somewhere. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I mean, part of it though is I feel part of it's on him because of where he wants to play, but also I think part of it is whether or not the manager has any confidence in him.
Yeah.
I mean he bends over backwards, for players, and he doesn't bend over for the younger players that are the future. You can there's something in him, Ainsley, right? There's something in there. You got to figure out. You got to get it out of him and have him on your side, but. He's got a.
No, he's still young. He's still young, so he's going to move on somewhere, and he's probably going to turn into quite a decent player. It's just not going to happen at Arsenal, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I was going to talk about the West Ham because I was like trying to figure out when we played them last and if we won or lost because I was like it's been a very long time.
Second game of the season.
Yeah, no, it's been
a fucking game yet.
Oh my God, Tony! How we've been talking for like 20 minutes here. 3-1 Arsenal. I know that's your answer. All right, can we move on?
It depends who plays. Who are we playing?
You're not giving us any numbers then. Come on, give us a number.
Is Lacazette or Grandpa Uber starting?
We don't know, do we, Tony? So you're gonna have to sort of figure it out.
Ray's got the insight. Who's starting, Ray?
Aubameyang.
Then we lose.
Aubameyang's going to play behind the Emile Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, and hopefully Saka as well.
Maybe we should tell them just kick the ball really, really hard. Maybe it goes off Aubameyang and goes in. Don't even pass it to him. Just boot it. He'll be knocked out, laid out on the floor, but he'll score a goal.
It happened. I think it's a big test for Arteta this weekend. He is up against an experienced manager who has gotten the best out of his team. And yes, Gary, it was all the way back in the second game of the season. We were lucky.
Yeah.
We were lucky to beat West Ham.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, Arteta remembers that game. Hopefully he remembers that game and how we did not close it out the way he wants it to be done. Right? He's talked about it in the North London Derby. He didn't like the way they closed out that game. I don't think he liked this past game.
No, not at
Right?
all.
So,
Well, Gary, Arteta has to teach them to play with 10 men whenever the opposition is 10 men down, because both those games are 10 men down, and yet the opposition just came out and just
Yeah,
never gave up. You know,
great point.
I
Alonso,
mean,
that's a great point.
that's the mentality of the manager, right?
right?
They'll take it. Why don't you take advantage of the other team? Right? We're always kind of catering to them. All right, so you got a man down. All right, we'll take it easy on you. No, you punish them, right? Because if you go a man down, they're not waiting for you to make things nice. No, they want to knock you out. I mean, come on, this is a.
We still need to learn as a team in game state management, players managing the team on the
I mean,
field.
you saw how fast they went from, Ceballos falling over, tripping over his own feet to getting that ball out and getting the ball to their striker as soon as possible,
Yeah,
and then he puts the ball away. Right?
yeah.
That's what you do. You take advantage of any opportunities that come your way. Get the ball to the right people. I mean, I don't think we have the right people to get the ball to right now up top, but that's what they did. If you look at that play, it's almost like they had, the pass out after the guys are falling on the ground and makes a nice pass out for the counter. Right? It's almost like we planned it. I mean, you couldn't have scripted it better.
All right, we're going to be landing this plane in the next 8 to 10 minutes. So put your seatbelts, put your seats in the upright position.
So 11:15 we'll be shutting down.
Yeah. Quickly, we'll preview the FA Cup game.
Arsenal win 4-2, Ray.
Arsenal win 4-2. Great.
If
Some
Lego
positivity.
What game are
finally
you
from you.
talking about, Tony?
I
I
like
forgot
that.
what game are you talking about.
This one?
Tony, FA Cup weekend, the semi-finals, right? No, quarterfinals. Sorry,
Quarterfinals, right?
There's 4 ties here. Bournemouth versus Southampton. Bournemouth are 7th in the championship, right? You call it the championship, Brownie. And Southampton are 14th place under Hasenhüttl.
Oh my God, Tony.
Give me something back, Tony.
I was looking at the fixtures, Ray.
Hello.
Is anybody in there? Is anybody in there?
Hello, McFly. Anybody home?
Bournemouth.
Okay.
Bournemouth.
Who's the in-flight?
God,
Who's the in-flight cabin crew?
Bournemouth. Come on.
All
Next
4 of them, Stefan. All 4 of those.
Aye.
You ever see that Learning to Fly song? Anyway, Bournemouth
Before,
versus
yeah.
Southampton, Tony.
I said Bournemouth like 10 fucking times.
You said it twice, Tony. You said it twice.
Your turn, Ray. Who's
This is
winning?
my upset. I'm going to pick Bournemouth to upset Southampton.
Oh my God.
After 90 minutes, it'll only be taken. The result is taken after 90 minutes. So
It's really not an upset if you look at their form table. Win, loss, draw, win, win for Bournemouth.
yeah, but Southampton
Loss,
are
win,
Premier.
loss for Southampton.
Southampton are a Premier League team.
I don't care.
Alonso.
They're sucking. Bournemouth win.
I'm gonna pick Southampton because they're not a championship team.
Yeah.
Sam, this is the one that hurts you a little bit because this could be Arsenal right now. Southampton in the FA Cup beat us.
Exactly. You could be playing Bournemouth now and maybe on the way to another trophy, maybe, but we're not. So, I think Hasenhüttl, I think you have some kind of good plan here, and I think they should be too strong. They should be too strong for Bournemouth, but you never know. It's the FA Cup, but I'm going with Southampton.
And Stefan is never flying in the Arsenal fan circle airways again.
Hello, I am your captain. I've never flown a plane before, but
Gary,
I think this big red button, does the right thing.
I didn't know we had a Russian pilot.
I'm
Yeah.
from
No upset.
Novorossiysk.
Yeah, no upset for me. So
Now
need
he's
to
gonna
fly
get jealous
planes.
that we have a Russian pilot.
right, you're going
Don't
for
you-
Southampton, Gary?
I normally I drive car. Don't need to fly plane.
I'm
Now
gonna
he's
go.
like
Dude,
get jealous.
last week he was in Texas, or was it the South? And
Oklahoma.
now he's gone. He's gone all the way past the
Eastern
Far
Europe it
East,
is.
and or
He's crossed my Iron Curtain.
or
He's
is it
in the
middle?
Urals.
Yes.
Where is it? Where is he?
I'm in
He's
Siberia.
Urals.
Oh, he's gone cold, man. It's gone cold.
Yes. Novorossiysk.
Stan owns the airlines. Stan the man is the mogul. Stan the man.
He's choosing a bird, so stands.
All right, last few games: Everton versus City. This is a good game, Gary. Quadruple on the line for City.
Yeah, I went. It doesn't even count to your bet. So I think City's too much though. Did they play? They didn't play this. Did they play this week?
Yeah, they played Mönchengladbach and won 2-0.
Did they have their starters in?
No, they played with I think they played with a few reserves,
Are they
but
gonna
they're
probably?
still good enough.
Walking.
So they're probably gonna try to just win this thing in the first half and then sit on it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna be 2-0, and that's gonna be halftime score and the end of the game. So
Stands
game over.
2-0 to City. Everton. I think Everton might pull the upset there. I might go for Everton in that one, just for shits and giggles. Dan said should have been here last week, Stefan. We had fire engines and ambulances waiting for us at the end of the Sam, City going to add a part of their quadruple here.
City will win. I think they'll be too strong for Everton.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Stan the man. Alonso? I gotta stop myself from saying Arteta. Alonso?
He doesn't have Lego hair, right?
So I think I'm gonna go with Man City to win this game. I think it'll be 2-0 to United. Excuse me, City.
Chelsea, he went for all of them.
Yeah, I'm going for City this game. I think 2-0.
Lonzo went with a
Tony.
hat trick.
Tony?
City went 3-0.
City win. Okay, man, that was the flight I was pissed myself, man. He was on. Ray was on flying last week with us. Everton 1, City 3. Don't know. I don't know.
No.
I'm the one with the marijuana card.
Tuchel. Tuchel's doing some good things with Chelsea. Chelsea versus Sheffield United. Surely Chelsea progress, Gary.
I want to see them collapse just because I don't know. I want to see a car wreck.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to see a car wreck against Sheffield United, but
Sheffield United.
yeah, that seems.
They got no manager. They got no manager now.
And if they beat them, that would.
They lost their first game without Chris Wilder. They lost. What was it 5-0 now? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah. No, I think Chelsea will just run away with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it might be 1-0, but it's because Chelsea basically fell asleep and decided not to come to play. But it's going to be, definitely Chelsea winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah, I think Chelsea are going to win that one quite comfortably, to be honest.
And I'm looking at the fixtures ahead. They play West Brom, they play Crystal Palace, they play Brighton. So they're not
They've
going
got a
to
good enough
lose.
squad. They've got a good enough squad.
Chelsea are not going to lose anytime soon. April 24th, they play West Ham, and then Fulham and City and us. So they got a decent 3 or 4 games before they hit rough waters, and hopefully we're part of that as Arsenal early May against Chelsea. But for the time being, we're going to hear more about Tuchel and how good he is. Alonso, Chelsea versus Sheffield United.
Yeah, I think Chelsea is just too strong for Sheffield United. I think that as much as we hate to admit So I think Chelsea got a good team and they'll overpower Chelsea United. So I'll give them like 2-0 Chelsea.
And in the league, they're in fourth place. If anything, they're probably going to be third. Leicester City will be looking over their shoulders. In the FA Cup, though, Tony, it's Chelsea versus Sheffield United.
I think Chelsea builds a young squad, but they still win 2-0.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's finish out here with Leicester City versus Man United. A good game to finish with. Brendan Rodgers versus Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Manchester United have been used to getting to semi-finals, Tony. So what do you think is going to happen?
They're not that good at semi. They'll lose since Leicester's been rested all week.
I remember, I think
2-1.
last season Manchester United beat Leicester at the quarterfinal stage, Sam.
Well, the problem, I think something like that, wasn't it? I can't quite remember, but the
1-0
problem is
OG.
we got two managers now who are, the teams are known for bottling important games. So, Rodgers, unfortunately, the bottles, was an important part of the season, and Solskjaer bottles big games. So, it's going to be the battle of the bottlers. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to see Leicester win, to be honest, because I think like what was it? Was it someone said they're more rested? They haven't had a midweek game now, so yeah, I think I can see Leicester winning that one, to be honest.
Alonso?
Yeah, like Sam said, I think that Leicester, I think Brendan Rodgers is more an established manager. I think that somehow Leicester, well, I shouldn't say somehow, but I think that they have enough to beat United. I think that United are just an okay team for where they're at the table. So yeah, I think that Leicester's gonna give it a go. I think they're gonna win 2-1.
Alonso, I didn't take note of your upset pick, so give that to me again.
So it'll be the Arsenal game.
You're going for the Arsenal, along with Gary as well. Okay. And you think Leicester will win as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. And Ole will struggle, huh? Tony.
What?
Leicester City versus Manchester United.
Come on, Tony, wake up.
I already told you.
All right, that's it. We're going to land, are we, Gary? Did I get to you, Gary?
Not yet.
Leicester City versus Man United.
I want to see the team in. I want to see the team in red not win. So.
Team in red not win. Yes, I agree with you. All right, Sam. That's it. Any final words, Sam?
No,
we're running low on fuel, Sam. We got to land.
I just want to say we just need to see that consistency again on Sunday. I just want to see that. If we don't do fuck ups, we have someone up front who actually scores a goal, we might have a good chance against the Irons. Unfortunately, I think we'll struggle again a bit. But I hope we win. Of course, it'll be a good game, I think, to watch. I mean, there's be some good performances probably, hopefully, especially in the midfield. Let's see who comes out on top, or whether there's going to be a draw on Sunday. I'd love it if we could beat them, get a nice run going, because we need it.
Alonso, as Ray said, final words: Lord help us, we pray. At the London Stadium, not the Millennium Stadium, right?
Yeah. What final say?
Final words.
Yeah. So like Simon and everybody else was alluding to, we need some consistency, not only with wins but our best 11. And I'm not so convinced that Aubameyang, aka Boomerang, is and I want to see some fresh faces in there, like Martinelli. So yeah, I think Lacazette, for what we've said was he's slow and all other stuff. He's I think find his rhythm, I think he works a lot harder than Aubameyang, and I think that there's something to say about that. So I think that as long as Arteta has his best, starting 11, I think we could take this game. I'm confident we could do something with this game, and it's a double game as well, so it should mean something to the players. And yeah, I think that I think people should follow Tierney's style of playing.
Yeah, you make some great points, Alonso. It is a London derby, so we need to go forward, and the players need to treat this with as much respect as the North London derby. In effect, Stan said, "Miss is saying it's too late to watch Snyder Cut now. I think it's time to cut her loose." And Stan, it's 8 p.m. over there on the West Coast, so you should be able to deal with it
It's
now.
4 hours and 6 minutes long, Ray.
As we saw, is it really? So you're siding with the missus. She actually used the phrase "school night" while I'm at like 12. Good stuff.
School night. What in the world does that mean?
It's a Thursday night. It's a school night. Not gonna happen. She's proper flexing.
Tell her who I wear the pants and see how that goes down.
Or maybe Stan's redoing the 10th grade. Maybe I don't know.
Stan's got his big boy pants on.
I wear the pants, woman.
Airplane crashing. That's my final word. Listen, I want to thank everyone for coming in. And
Do I get
watching
my final say? Everybody else?
Yeah.
Either.
You're getting the two of you are going to get the last say. Thanks for coming, everybody, for coming in and watching. Really appreciate everyone checking in live or on playback. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to Arsenal Fan Circle Airways, and we're going to land this thing soon. Tony, you get to go the second to last.
Well, yesterday had my grandma's funeral. She's still being stubborn and fighting and doesn't want to go. It was pouring down rain all day. The day before had about 5 inches of rain. So my grandpa's grave decided to crash into my grandma's and couldn't get her to ground. So she's back on refrigeration until probably Monday. And so finally got laid to rest.
God. Wow.
It's awful, Tony.
But
it's because my grandpa wanted a big bronze casket. That thing probably shifted.
But you see maybe the spirit in her as well. She was being,
She's feisty and stubborn.
She's being feisty and stubborn. Didn't want to go on a Thursday. It's a school night.
It's a Wednesday, midweek.
You don't want to go on a school night.
Nope.
But yeah, no, that's terrible. But next Monday, hopefully, it can happen.
Yeah.
We're thinking about you, Tony.
Yep.
Gary, take it home, Gary.
Yeah, like I always say, I like to see us build on the next game. So for me, if we're gonna build in the next game, that means Emil Smith-Rowe is gonna get a goal from Erdegaard, an assist from Erdegaard, and then Martinelli's gonna come in and clean up the game, and that's how we're gonna win it. Two goals in the first half, and then Martinelli comes in late and cleans it up. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm looking forward to, especially Emil Smith-Rowe going in. He's going to be playing for England, right? So he needs to go in on a high note. So that'll be a good way to do that.
Yeah, Brownie, we'll check into that and let you know. She didn't want to leave you, Tony. Thursday is Arsenal Fan Circle night. So Stefan, thanks for joining.
Ray, are you free or are you wrapping up?
This is it. Wrapping up.
Are you free Saturday?
Come on, you Gunners. Up the Arsenal. Let's get the win at West Ham and continue on playing well.
One day our outro is going to go into the next game. We're just going to stay on. It's going to